Hi everybody, Psych here. Today I'm just going to talk quickly about how the price of wine, or objects in general, but how the price affects what you think about it. In case of wine, if you think it tastes better if it's more expensive. Now, again, all this is for informational purposes only. I've done a little research on it. One of the books I refer to is called Subliminal, How Your Unconscious Mind Rules Your Behavior. It's by Mladenow, if I'm saying that correctly, from 2012. Another article that I used was through Science Alert by Carly Casella from 2021. And there's been other information that I found. I can't remember the references exactly, though. But you can always go ahead and do your due diligence and check it out on your own. But when let's do it. When we're making purchases, sometimes irrelevant factors like packaging or labels uh, tend to kind of tap into our unconscious desires, motivations, wants, things like that. So it's pretty noticeable in wine labeling. So if you are into wine, you can look at a vast array of different types of labels that are trying to get your attention, so you will buy that wine. That's just one of the factors that plays a part in the company trying to get your business. Now, when we're talking about the taste of wine, we're not just talking about its chemical composition. We're not just talking about the grapes that are being used, or the smell of the feet that stomp the grapes that are used in the wine, but we're also talking about how you taste its price. I think that was based on what Mladenow said. So you're also basing the taste of the wine on the price of the wine. Now, there's been some research. 2008, they used functional MRIs to scan participants when they tasted wines that were mislabeled. Supposedly they were thinking that the price of the wine was up there, and the participants seemed to enjoy the wine more. And then they've replicated this again using follow-up research with the functional MRIs, and getting the same results. Higher the price, if it was a higher price, then they seem to enjoy the flavor more. Now, also ambiance is real important. It can really affect the experience that you have with the wine, and consequently how you think the flavor of the wine is. And they've actually had research where they've used different lighting and different music that's playing, and depending on the lighting, depending on the music, sometimes they'll use different tints of lighting, like maybe a reddish tint or greenish tint or clear, and they got different types of responses from people based on the lighting as well as the music that they used. So sometimes you would experience the wine as maybe sweet, depending on the lighting, or less sweet, or intense, or less intense. It's kind of dependent. Now, I would venture to say, I'd speculate that if you take your time in drinking your glass of wine, if you sit back, and if you actually have like a little ritual when you're drinking your wine, you're probably going to say that the wine tastes better than if you just kind of rush through it. I remember watching my dad when I was a kid. When he would drink wine, he would always kind of sit back, take his time, drink his wine, savor it. And he really enjoyed the wine, and I have sneaking suspicion that just the ritual of doing all of those things and relaxing with it um, uh, helped him enjoy that much. And I've done the same thing, and that I think that ambiance really helps. There's also been research just saying that, you know, putting your wine in a really nice, fancy crystal glass uh, seems to just make it uh, taste better. Now, um, so regarding the pricing, if you really want to know if you like uh, wine because it's higher priced, then I think you're probably going to have to do a blind taste test. You probably have to have several wines, different price points, uh, and taste them and rate them, and see if you liked the higher priced wine or if you preferred $2 Chuck. So I think that's what you might have to do to kind of make your own determination about whether you're being influenced by the price set or not. Now, regarding tasting the price, sometimes I think it's a matter of you believe what you want to believe, and then we call that confirmation bias. If you believe that, yes, I think things that cost more are better. They're better made, or in wine's case, they are better made and taste better. That's going to be your confirmation bias. You believe that, so when you spend more, automatically you're going to just unconsciously think, yeah, it tastes better. Now, for me, however, this is just my own personal thought, and this is the way I kind of deal with drinking wine. I seem to prefer the inexpensive wines, and partly because I'm cheap, and I don't want to spend all that money on wine. So in my mind, I've read enough to where I know that there are excellent, low-priced wines, and I feel like I'm getting a great deal, getting a good tasting wine at a low price. So in my mind, my confirmation bias is I can get a really good deal and have a great tasting wine at the same time. So you might want to give that a try. I might have just saved you some money. Okay, anyway, go ahead, decide what you want to do, and maybe buy a cheap bottle of wine and give it a try. Okay, thanks for watching.